Man just got sent some touchscreen portable monitor thing from the guys at Verbatim. Yes, people, we're out here with the Verbatim portable touchscreen monitor, 15.6 inches, 1080p thing. We've got dual USB-C connection as well. IPS panel, 10-point touch recognition, whatever it's called, HDMI obviously. Let me show you what you get actually in the box. Now, obviously, you get the portable monitor itself. You've got a little kickstand here. I'm going to go into that a little bit later. You got some ports on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side. You've got a little carry case as well, little neoprene thing, which you can obviously slide the screen in. USB-C to USB-A cable, USB-C to USB-C cable, HDMI to HDMI cable, and of course, you get a little European plug, which goes into this UK plug adapter. Oh yeah, and obviously some instructions and ting, but bad man don't read them. Now, in terms of ports and ting on this device, on the left-hand side, you got HDMI 2.0, two USB-C ports which can carry video and power the device, and a 3.5mm headphone jack for sound output. On the right-hand side now, you got a USB-A port, little USB hub functionality. You got an on and off button, also a multi-function button for the inbuilt menus, and you got a volume up and down button, which is also a multi-function button for scrolling around the built-in menus. On the bottom, you got two rubber feet to stop it sliding around here, and you've also got a rubber trim in the middle, which is on the back of the kickstand. Now, one of my favorite features about this is obviously the kickstand itself, because it's mad sturdy and it's built in. I don't have to use another case or another, I don't know, device to have this thing standing up. Kickstand is built in. It's nice and sturdy. You've got lots of angles of having it stand up. It don't feel like it's gonna break anytime soon. And obviously it's got the little rubber foot there to stop it sliding around. I love to see it. I don't know why this is one of the very few portable monitors that actually have the kickstand built in. Now, one of my favorite things about this monitor is that you can power it and use it with just one USB-C to C cable. Now, I'm gonna plug one end of the USB-C to C cable in my laptop. There we go. And just for transparency, I'm gonna just show you this on the desk. I'm gonna plug the other end of the USB-C cable into the monitor. And if we wait a couple of seconds, the monitor should obviously turn on. There we go. And display what's going on my laptop kind of thing. So I think I've got it in extend mode at the moment already. Let me just go into settings to make sure the screen is on the right hand side. Yeah, there we go. Let's just drag that. And there you go, fam. Connected with just one cable between my laptop and the monitor, fam. That's what we like to see. Means that man has to bring less cables when I'm out and about, and I can just slap the monitor in my bag with the laptop one time. I need to actually plug my laptop in though, because my battery is getting low. Now, another thing that's really sick about the Verbatim monitor is obviously its touchscreen, innit? So you can see man is doing a touchscreen interface on my laptop now. My laptop itself is not touchscreen, so none of this works. But let's say, for example, if I was to drag Chrome over to the Verbatim monitor and let's say go into, I don't know, let's go into Amazon, for example. Now I can use Chrome in touchscreen mode, which is something I couldn't previously do on my laptop without adding an additional monitor. Another thing I usually like to do with these portable monitors is have them in portrait orientation. So I don't know if you're doing your Discord, you're doing your Microsoft Teams, even if you want to drag your internet browser over there and just, you know, browse in portrait mode, you can do that. Light work, fam. Man obviously likes to do a little bit of Amazon every now and then, especially because it's Black Friday. Easy, fam. Light work. At least you can see a lot more on the screen now, innit? Now, I got to talk about the color difference or the color temperature between these two monitors here. Obviously, my laptop is gonna have a different kind of color temperature to this panel because they're two different panels. Same way when people try to do dual screen setups, one might be slightly warmer, one might be slightly cooler. But the Verbatim is very cool and it's also not as bright, not anywhere near as bright as my laptop display. Now, my laptop display, to be fair, is quite bright and you can probably see the difference on camera. But even in real life, I've got obviously a big spotlight above us. If I just turn it off, you can kind of still see that it looks a lot dimmer on the Verbatim portable monitor thing, which means that it's okay if you're using it indoors, But if you're using it in a setting where, I don't know, there's a big backlight, a bright sunny outdoors, you're basically going to have a lot of hard time trying to see the screen as dim as it is, especially with them going for the glossy option. Now, one of the things that personally let me down on this portable monitor is the viewing angles. Like, if you're in front of the monitor, then it's cool. But if you're looking at this monitor from the side or from a slight angle off center, then you're going to either get some mad glare of any light source in your room, or the screen and the picture and the colors tend to darken and get less saturated as you move off center, fam. So it doesn't really make for a pleasant viewing experience for somebody sitting next to you also trying to look at the screen. One thing I forgot to show you guys is the little menu on this thing that you can use to touch around the picture. Now, obviously you can make the screen a lot brighter because 50% brightness is way too dim, and I can't lie, 100% brightness is not much brighter than the 50%. But what is really cool, as you can see, is that this menu is touch screen enabled. Usually you have to mess around with the buttons on the side. You can do that if you still prefer to not make your screen fingerprinty, but if you want, yeah, you can jump around all these settings using the touch screen interface, and obviously you can use the touch screen to also like edit them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's nice and wicked stuff for like color, brightness, got the RGB stuff there if you think this screen is too warm or too cool in terms of color temperature. You've got some little game modes here, so you've got game mode, picture mode, other modes, but not much in terms of control for brightness. Of course, we've got this brightness toggle here, but the max brightness of the screen is not that high. Now onto the part I like testing out the most, gaming, and we're going to start off with the Nintendo Switch. Obviously Nintendo Switch goes up to a maximum of 1080p 60 frames per second, so this portable monitor is exactly capable of providing what the Nintendo Switch can put out, and the response times seem quite decent even when playing competitive games like Super Smash Bros. When I press a button on the controller, man's seeing the action happen on the screen real fast kind of thing. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's definitely capable of doing a little bit of esports warrioring on your Nintendo Switch. I thought we'd also try a little piece of PS5, a little bit of Burnout Paradise, super fast-paced game, just again to test out the response times, because you know you need those fraction of a second reflexes to be able to play Burnout Paradise in the first place. And again, the response time did not let me down of this little panel. So yeah, I wasn't too mad at it. Another thing, I don't think I mentioned the fact that this portable monitor also has built-in speakers. Like, they're not the best built-in speakers, but I guess they're able to at least be used to listen to something. Yeah, it's better than having nothing, I guess. Anyway, have a little listen to how the Nintendo Switch sounds on them right here. In conclusion, I think it's an alright monitor. Like, obviously you got a 1080p resolution, you got that 60Hz refresh rate, IPS panel, you've got touch screen capabilities, so you can turn a laptop or a computer that doesn't have any touchscreen capabilities into a touchscreen computer, and obviously you can connect any of your games consoles to it because it uses HDMI. My only issues, as I said before, were the viewing angles. I don't feel like those were the best, and of course the color accuracy of the screen itself. If you're doing any work where you need that, I don't know, 100% color gamut, whatever it's called, DCI-P3, you know, them things I don't really understand, all them things there, innit? But yeah, no, I think it's a decent monitor. It will do the job, innit, in most cases.